Hi, this is part 2 of how to teach your child to read and write. By the end of this video series, you will have all the resources needed and a plan of action. As a parent to another parent, I am sharing my experiences, my hurdles, my process, and wins in this video series. If your child goes to a daycare or school and she has a teacher, talk to the teacher before you start this process and draft your plan based on her process. If you do not have one, or if your teacher said, hey, go ahead and teach however you want at home to read and write, then I've got you covered. I have a plan for you. This video is a second video of the series. If you haven't watched part 1, we talked about some basics. When to start the process, how long should you teach in a day, what to focus on, how do you appreciate and encourage your child. If you are interested in that content, watch that video. Else, let's dive in and talk about materials needed for this process. Here's a list of items you need. We will talk about each item in the list in a bit, but if you want to come back to a certain item anytime, I have given the time when it is covered in the description box below, and you can use that for easy access. So we have blank sheets, blank flashcards, writing mediums, drawing sheet, observation and progress sheet. Drawing sheet is also the prerequisite sheet. We have sound and description sheet, curriculum sheet, couple of folders, tripod folders, and magnetic or foam alphabets. The items that are colored blue are going to be in the printable that you can download for free, and I will leave the link in the description box. I want you to know that there are no printed materials for my child here. All the printed materials referenced here are for my purpose, or in this case your purpose if you're using it. We will put them in a folder and just use it for reference. But when I work with my child, I use just blank flashcards or blank sheets, and she will see me write the alphabet. When the child see you write the alphabet and you're revising the same flashcard again and again, she's more willing to participate. So the first item in the list is drawing sheet. You can use construction paper. For the amount of drawing and writing our children do, I decided to cut the construction paper into half to minimize wastage of paper. Next item in the list is blank flashcards. Use blank flashcards to write the alphabets. After you introduce the sound, write the alphabet each day in the flashcard and continue to revise these flashcards going forward. Do not use alphabets from the store yet. The child should see how the alphabets are written. Write the letter in front of her. Next in our list is writing medium. Use different writing mediums to keep it interesting. You can teach alphabet C, the sound is K, and have her write it using pencil, pen, marker, crayons, chalk, and get a feel for them. Keep them all in a bag handy. The mediums can be different, but the sound is the same, and the more she practices, the faster she will learn. Next is our prerequisite sheet. Before teaching phonics sounds, we wanted to work on these exercises. There are exercises to draw lines left to right, top to bottom, clockwise circles, counterclockwise circles. We need these straight line motion and circular motion for small alphabets, and this will help in getting that motor skill. These sheets are for your reference, but when you work with your child, you will just use blank sheets and you will mark the dots and give the instruction, and the child will practice the lines and the circles. We will talk about this exercise in detail in part 4, but for now, this is our prerequisite exercise. Then I have observation and progress sheet. In the observation sheet, record your experience for the first 31 days. Here is an example. Giving my child a 5-minute heads up helped her ease into the process. That's one example. Now there's less resistance, and we are working on attention span. Things that you observe, write that in this sheet. And then progress sheet. Be specific about her skills. Like she worked on K today. She worked on the alphabet A today, and write things about how you are progressing. Here is a sound sheet. You, the parent, should memorize the phonics sounds. We will talk about them in detail in the next video, but you have to memorize these phonics sounds if you do not know them already. This sound sheet also has a description. I want to show you a fun way to remember these alphabets when you teach them to write. So here's an example. When you write C, you would put a dot, start, go counterclockwise direction, and then you end, and you call it K, and then draw a curly worm. You would give a description. The sound is K, and the description is, it looks like a curly worm. K, curly worm. So it's easy for the child to remember. I included my description with the little creativity that I have come up with some description for each alphabet. You can use mine. If you are creative, then go ahead and create one for yourself. Is the curriculum sheet. This is the order in which we will teach the alphabets. We will not be going by the regular A, B, C, D order. Rather, we will introduce them in this order so we can make words, and then the words will be put together. We blend and make words, and then sentences, put those words to make sentences, and then eventually we'll form a story. So that's the idea. You can put the progress sheet, curriculum sheet, sound and description sheet all in a transparent folder. That's one of the folders. The other folder is for filing the paperwork. Whatever you work with your child, that goes in in the other folder. So you can go back and revise when you want to. As we introduce alphabets, we will be making words and then sentences and then a picture and then a story with pictures. So when I have that storybook, I want something to keep it organized. And this tripod folder has been awesome, and it provides that upright position for the printed materials, and it is easy for the child to flip the pages and look at those content, and it helps them in memorizing contents like colors, the alphabets, numbers, you name it. I have used it for a number of purposes, and it's always been awesome for me. So it's nice to have. We have magnetic alphabets. It can be magnetic, foam magnetic, whatever you want to use. I'm using this to help the child. I show the story and the child puts the words together using those alphabets. So that's another exercise that you can build after you have introduced all the alphabet letters, so they can put those words together and strengthen that memory of those alphabets, of those shapes. We have gathered all the materials needed, place them in a bag and keep it handy. I'm not using any printed materials. All the printed materials provided are for our reference, and I'm just using blank flashcards and blank sheets with my child so she can see the whole process. From the curriculum sheet, you can see that we're going to introduce the alphabets and then introduce words and make sentences and form a story. So you can see how this process is going to come together, right? The experience that I want to give the child, I want the child to know why they are learning those alphabets. When they learn the alphabets, we are introducing the sound and the description. It makes it easy for them to learn, and then you're forming the words and you're forming a story. It's going to be pretty interesting. Thank you for hanging out. In the next video, we will do some more prep work, and in the video after part 4, we will actually go through the process. If you like this video, subscribe and hit the bell button so you would get notified when I post that next video. Bye.